Unpredictable events shape our lives far more than we realize. Whether it's an unexpected job loss, a financial crisis, or a global pandemic, these events are what we call black swans, rare, unforeseen moments that change everything. But here's the thing. While we think we can predict and control most things, it's the unpredictable that actually shapes our world. Have you ever experienced a moment that completely changed your life? A personal event so sudden that it seemed to alter your future in a single instant. In today's video, we're going to explore the mysterious world of black swan events, how they affect everything from our personal lives to entire civilizations, and why we are often so blind to their existence. If you're curious about how to navigate the unpredictable and want to understand why the rarest events always have the biggest impacts, stay tuned. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more insights into the forces shaping our lives. Section 1. Black swans in personal life, the unpredictable turning points. Let's begin with something everyone can relate to, personal black swans. These are the unpredictable moments that can change your life forever. Imagine this. You're working your 9-to-5 job, going through the motions, when suddenly you're offered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, maybe a new career path, maybe the chance to start your own business. You take the leap, and it transforms everything: your income, your passions, your social circle. Or consider the opposite scenario. A sudden job loss that initially seems like a disaster, but eventually pushes you towards a new, better opportunity you wouldn't have otherwise considered. These personal black swans highlight something fundamental about life. The biggest changes are often those we never see coming. Think about relationships. How many times do people unexpectedly meet someone who ends up becoming the love of their life, just by chance? Or the birth of a child that forces you to reprioritize and become a completely different person than you were before. Our lives are a series of forks in the road, many of which we never even notice until we're already on a completely different path. The unpredictability of life events is what gives our personal journey its depth and meaning. It's also why planning, while important, can only take us so far. We have to be ready for the unexpected because it's these rare, significant moments that end up defining who we are. But why are we so blind to these potential turning points? Part of the reason is that we tend to assume that life will continue as it is. We get comfortable, and we make plans based on the status quo. But the truth is, the unexpected is always lurking, ready to challenge our perceptions and push us in new directions. Section 2. The role of fragility in exposing systems to black swans. Now, let's take a look at how the concept of fragility makes both personal lives and large systems more vulnerable to black swan events. Nassim Taleb, who popularized the black swan theory, also introduced the idea of fragility versus anti-fragility. Simply put, fragile systems are those that break under stress, and most of our modern institutions fall into this category. Consider a business that has borrowed too much money. It might thrive when the economy is good, but when the unexpected happens, say, a market crash or a pandemic, it can collapse quickly. That's fragility. Think about how fragility affects individuals as well. Imagine you're working a high-stress job that demands all your time. You don't have savings because you assume you'll always have a paycheck. Suddenly, a black swan strikes. You lose your job or have a medical emergency. That's when the fragility of your situation is revealed. The solution? Building anti-fragile systems. Anti-fragility means creating systems that actually benefit from stress and uncertainty. In finance, it means having enough savings to weather a crisis, or even benefit from opportunities that arise when others are struggling. In health, it means taking care of your body so that unexpected health challenges are easier to overcome. The black swan theory teaches us to identify where we are fragile in our finances, our relationships, our mental health, and take steps to make ourselves more anti-fragile. It's about understanding that uncertainty is a given, and the best way to face it is to build resilience that doesn't just survive but thrives on unpredictability. Think about this on a societal level. Global financial systems, for instance, are often fragile due to over-leveraging and interconnectedness. In 2008, the world witnessed a perfect example of a black swan in the form of the global financial crisis. It was an unexpected shock that exposed just how fragile the entire system was, how reliant it was on high levels of borrowing and risky investments. Understanding fragility in these systems is crucial to preparing for the next black swan because, as history has shown, it's not a question of if another one will happen, but when. Section 3. Historical black swans that shaped civilization. To truly understand the impact of black swans, we need to look back at history. There are countless examples of unexpected events that have changed the course of entire civilizations. Take the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. Almost no one predicted the swift collapse of the Soviet Union or the sudden reunification of Germany. It was a geopolitical black swan that redefined not just Germany, but the entire world order. The Cold War was a fixture of international politics, and overnight, the world's landscape was transformed. Or consider the 9/11 attacks. It was a black swan that changed not only the political climate, but also how we live our daily lives. It led to the creation of new government agencies, increased security at airports, and a fundamental change in how the world approached terrorism and international conflict. It was an unexpected event that triggered massive changes, both visible and subtle, in global society. Another historical black swan is the 2008 financial crisis. Leading up to it, economists, politicians, and financial experts largely assumed that the system was stable. Then, in what seemed like an instant, the entire financial system was turned on its head, with ramifications that are still being felt today. It's a stark reminder that our confidence in stability is often misplaced, and that we must always be prepared for the unpredictable. But here's the takeaway. Each of these historical black swans, while catastrophic at the time, also paved the way for renewal and change. After the financial crisis, financial institutions learned to adopt stricter risk management policies. After the fall of the Berlin Wall, millions gained freedom, and Europe was reshaped in a way that led to unprecedented cooperation. Black swans, in this way, act as both destroyers and creators. They dismantle what is no longer working and open up space for something new to emerge. Conclusion: black swans are the unpredictable events that define our lives, our economies, and our civilizations. Whether it's a sudden personal turning point, a fragile system collapsing under pressure, or a historical event that reshapes the world, black swans teach us about the limits of our foresight and the importance of resilience. We often plan for a stable future, but reality is that the most important changes come out of nowhere, pushing us to adapt and grow. The key isn't trying to predict every black swan. It's about being ready when they come. By building anti-fragile systems, both in our personal lives and in our institutions, we can ensure that we not only survive the unexpected, but that we grow from it. If you found this exploration of black swans interesting, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. There are always more mysteries to uncover, and we'd love to have you with us on this journey. Remember, the biggest events are often the ones we never see coming, but they're also the ones that shape us the most. Are you ready for your next black swan?